Bruno Fernandes or Mateus Cunha? Who should start in the number 10 position for Manchester United? Who will Michael Carrick choose to start? Who will he choose, as there's only one position to play in the number 10 and he cannot play both of them? So, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Jordan Talks Football. My name is Jordan. Hope you're having a good day, night, evening, whatever time it may be. And yeah, Bruno Fernandes or Mateus Cunha? I like both of these football players, but unfortunately, with Michael Carrick's system, we can only play one of them. As you just saw against Man City, two of them didn't start, only one of them started. So today we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about the pros and cons of both of them, right? Let's see. Carrick requires a 10 to connect to the double pivots of like Kobe, Cass, but also someone who can support the striker, the players up front, right? So let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, okay? We'll start with him since he's the captain. He's been at United. And, there's a mixed reception with Bruno Fernandes. Some people say he's world-class. Some people say he's bang average. Me, personally, I don't think Bruno's world-class, but I believe he's there at certain games. Like, I don't hate him. I don't love him. I just feel at certain games he can be world-class. And at certain games, he can be below average. He can actually cost the team. So, a lot of people, they don't really know where to stand with Bruno. Like I said, some games we love him, some games we hate him. Me personally, I'm 50-50 with him. But Michael Carrick is obviously impressed with him. He started him against City, and that was not the wrong choice. That was the best decision, is to start Bruno Fernandes, which is a good decision, At least this shows that Michael Carrick trusts his captain. And I don't blame him, because in that game against Man City, he proved him right. He had the best defensive IQ on the pitch for me. In that midfield, he stopped City from playing passes into their midfield. He literally blocked their midfield and was running the show. Also, he's one of our best assisters. He's 5 goals, 9 assists, appearances 19 for Manchester United, roughly about 3 chances per game. And, he's still factually the best playmaker in our team and the league, I think, because he got 9 assists. I'm not sure if someone has more than that, but Bruno Fernandes has 9 assists. In a Man City game, he ran 6.7 kilometers. Work rate. Bruno Fernandes has tremendous work rates. I know people will talk about Casemiro in that game, Kobe, and rightfully so. They deserved a lot of praise in that game. But Bruno Fernandes, he had all of that. Like I said, defensive IQ, work rate, the assist, goals, complete midfielder in that game. I can see why Carrick chose him. Also, he's the captain, leadership. Bruno Fernandes is a good captain. I believe in that game, particularly against City, we saw why he's the captain at the club, right? Let's be honest. If another player was the captain on that pitch, I don't think it would have been so good. Bruno Fernandes is the captain. He was a good captain, So, but with all of those good things that I'm talking about Bruno Fernandes, there's also a bad side to Bruno Fernandes. Like why I don't rate him world-class entirely. And like I said, why some people don't have good things to say about him. His ball loss in certain games where he tries to be the hero and play the zero balls, I have to say, high risk, grenade. He treats the ball like a grenade. He loses the ball in key areas. He gives the opposition team chance to score against us, and I've seen many games where Bruno Fernandes loses the ball and the opposition team scores against us. But his ball loss is about 27%, which is high, and that is bad. This is why people don't rate Bruno Fernandes, is because like I said, he treats the ball like a grenade sometimes. And I rightfully understand it cost us game. But on the other hand, he helps us to win games. This is the thing with Bruno Fernandes. He'll help us to win a game. He'll make us win a game all by himself. But we could literally lose a football game because of Bruno Fernandes. And I know some people don't like to talk about that, but that's the truth, guys. We sometimes we lose games because of Bruno Fernandes. And also, he's 31. I feel it's time that we start to move on from Bruno Fernandes. Physically, eventually, he's going to get old. And I think last season, he was actually supposed to leave and go to Saudi. The club wanted to sell him. Ineos wanted to sell him. I think the only reason he stayed at the football club was due to Ruben Amorim preferring him and wanting him and not wanting to get the funds and buy another midfielder. Like I said, he's 31. I don't think he's world class entirely. There's games where he can be world class, and I think we could have sold him last season. We could have sold him, and we actually did buy someone in that role, Matheus Cunha. I feel Matheus Cunha was bought by Ineos to be the Bruno Fernandes replacement. Come on, guys. He wears the number 10. Bruno is the number 10 and supposedly supposed to leave. So everything aligns that Matheus Cunha was bought to be Bruno Fernandes' replacement. But, like I said, things happen. He didn't leave. Now we have both of them. That's why I'm even making this video. We have two players who are almost identical. Not identical, but they very much the same. And with Cunha, there is some differences. Like Cunha, he's ball carrying is amazing. I think it's superior to Bruno Fernandes. The way Cunha can hold up the ball, go up the pitch, the ball sticks like a magnet to Matheus Cunha, bro. Like, he has very good ball carrying, and we lacked ball carrying players in general in Manchester United. So that's a very good aspect of Matheus Cunha. He had like 42 progressive carries for us. He delivers about 3 or 2 times more passes into the box. He can play left wing, he can play right wing, he can play false 9. Me personally, I don't prefer Matheus Cunha in false 9. I prefer Matheus Cunha on the left or in that 10 role. I don't want to see him in the 9 because there's been games where Ruben Amorim started Cunha in the 9, and yeah, horrendous, not good. But I somewhat understand why certain games Cunha he starts up front, or he was up front, because last season for Wolves, he was one of the most efficient forwards in the league. He was joint 8th top scorer. Listen to this, right? Matheus Cunha scored 15 league goals last season for Wolves. Non-penalty. 15 goals for Wolves as a midfielder, number 10. That is absolutely amazing. And he had 6 assists, and he had about 21 goal involvements and 8.6 XG. That is absolutely amazing. I can see why Manchester United signed him. He was also ranked first for goals scored out of the box, but he was tied with, you guessed it, Bruno Fernandes. Like I said, these guys, there's some very close similarities. But last season at Wolves, Matheus Cunha was the main guy. He was the guy. There was no one else. He was the guy. Players pass to him. He does everything himself. You come to Manchester United, you can't really be that guy in your first season. We already have players, like I said, plus we signed Mbeumo. We have Ahmed. We have Bruno. We even signed Sesko. Cunha can't really be that main guy. He needs to know his place in this team. And I get it. You coming from Wolves. No disrespect to Wolves. But you at Wolves, you coming to Manchester United. You need to know that, hey, bro, listen. I'm not the main guy here. And I feel sometimes in certain games, Matheus Cunha, he tries way too hard. And when him and Bruno are on the pitch, when Ruben Amorim used to play, both of them, it was chaos, bro, because both of them trying to do the same thing. That is why we used to get so easily beat, because we basically had 2 players who want to be the main guy. And for Bruno to want to be the main guy, I understand. He's the captain. He's always like that. Like I said, he wants to do those hero things, high risk. But then Cunha was also doing that. And that's not going to work well. I feel the 2 of them want to be the guy. And think about it. Bruno plays in the 10. Cunha wears number 10. He's a number 10. He's used to scoring goals. He's used to being the main guy at Wolves. No one used to be better than him. But Cunha, he came this season and he didn't perform that well. He had moments in games to score a goal, to get an assist, but he tried to do everything himself, didn't pass, try something funny, miss a shot, not score or not pass to someone who can literally score a goal. I've seen this from Cunha a lot of times, and that's kind of selfish. I don't know why he was doing that. Like I said, he was trying too hard. But in the end, against Man City, like I said, Carrick made the right decision. He started Bruno, and then he brought Cunha on. Which, Cunha, super sub. Listen, bro, Cunha, there's no shame being on the bench for Manchester United. There's no shame, bro. Like I said, no disrespect to Wolves, but you was at Wolves. Being on the bench for Manchester United is fine. I think Cunha can hold bench, man. I think Cunha can hold bench. If Cunha needs to hold bench, he can hold bench. And the way he came out off on the sub for City and what he did was amazing. That was like one of the best cameos Cunha had in a Manchester United shirt. Like from all these games that he played for us, that was the game where I was most impressed with Mateus Cunha. So like I said, Bruno is the safe, reliable, good option to start. And Bruno is that, Cunha is that option to come off the bench and be a super sub. It has that, start to finish dynamic. Like one starts, one finishes off. And that's perfect, No shame being on a bench for Manchester United. We used to have Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney, like Berbatov. Come on, man. And some of the games, these guys used to hold bench. So Mateus Cunha can hold bench. I personally will start Bruno Fernandes. Like I said, it also helps Bruno because he's the captain. But Bruno, for me, start Cunha off the bench. I feel that's how it should be. Like 60 minutes, bring Cunha on. And yeah, guys, I feel this is a really interesting topic. A lot of different opinions. Like someone could say, hey, start Mateus Cunha. Let's see how Mateus Cunha plays under Carrick. And that would be a good argument, because what if Mateus Cunha starts being like how he was at Wolves? Then what? Because the Mateus Cunha of last season is better than the Bruno Fernandes of last season. And if he hits that form, he could make an argument to start for himself. I'm just saying. So yeah, guys, this has been it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could please give me a like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to be posting more videos tomorrow, Friday. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, like. This has been Jordan Talks Football. Peace.